Welcome, people. Mother Main Homesteader here. Today is Sunday, June 21st, 2020. It's Father's Day, so happy Father's Day to all you daddies out there. Today's video is going to be short and sweet. I'm just going to do a quick update on the garden. I know you guys been with me since the start of the garden. You watched me plant my seed. Now I want to show you how everything is progressing. And those, my friends, are the chickens. Barrett Rocks and the Orpingtons. Look how big they got. Little sketchy bunch of chickens, though, I'll tell you. Every time you come near them, they screw right into the woods. Yeah. Anyways, let's go see what happened. Now, I want to remind everybody that everything you see in this garden, except for 2 plants, has been grown from seed. Everything. Okay? Everything. And I'm telling you right now, man, these plants are doing fabulous. I mean, they are doing incredible. Alright, so let's get started, shall we? We have the tomato bed right here, the tomato and green pepper bed right here. These tomatoes are fabulous. I mean, look how gorgeous they are. So that's such a deep green. They're growing absolutely perfect, it seems. They look a little wilted, only because I just got done watering them. I water the plants as soon as I get up in the morning. I come out here and I tend to the whole garden, tend to the chickens, I tend to everything. So the plants are a little bit wilted. The beds are still wet, and but later on in the day they'll be perked up and they'll look gorgeous. But yeah, these are doing absolutely perfect. And everything is grown from seed. I can't express that enough. I mean, come on. When you grow from seed, you kind of want to pat yourself on the back a little bit. And this soil is just very basic, simple soil. It's just Pro Mix right here, a bag of Pro Mix. This is the kind I used, okay, with 4 bags of the compost. Okay, very simple soil. You don't need, extravagant mixtures in your soil. Just very, very simple. Simple is best. Keep it simple, stupid, right? So anyways, yeah, so there's 2 varieties of tomatoes here. We have the cherry tomatoes right back here, and over here are the beefsteak tomatoes. I actually got a beautiful heirloom tomato out of the store 2 weeks ago, and I actually harvested the seeds out of that heirloom tomato, and they're sitting in a baggie right now ready for planting, but I'm going to save those for next year. I'm going to do heirloom tomatoes next year. And over here are the California green peppers. Remember I said, oh, they didn't come up, right? Well, they came up. They were late bloomers, and here they are. There's 5 California pepper plants in here sharing the bed with the tomatoes. And those are doing great. And over here we have the 3 zucchini plants. They're doing fabulous as well, especially that big guy right there. And the 1 California pepper, green pepper, is sharing the bed with the zucchini and the cucumbers. He was a late bloomer. He just peeked out of the soil, and I was like, okay, well, I'll put you in here. And over here we have the cucumbers. They're doing great as well. Love cucumbers. I'm going to ferment my cucumbers, not all of them, but I'm going to make some jars of fermented cucumbers for pickles. And they are doing great as well. Look at that. Beautiful plants, right? Again, all from seed. Anybody can grow a garden. I'm living proof of that. And over here, again, everything in here is from seed. Look at these beautiful beets. Look at them. They're already starting to peek out of the soil over there. But they are gorgeous. I can't wait to eat the beet greens. Slice up the beets. I'm going to blanch the beets and probably freeze them and save them for Thanksgiving or something. But they look gorgeous. And between the beets and these Brussels sprouts, I had a row of radishes. I already harvested those radishes. They were ready to go. One of them actually was split because it was getting so big. But I harvested those up. I chopped them up, sliced them up, and put them in a storage bowl and saved it for my salads. And over here is the Brussels sprouts. Okay. These are going to be blue Brussels sprouts. They're like a northern Brussels sprout from Russia. They're like a Russian blue. And I think by next week or maybe a week after, I'm going to put some support sticks in here and act as a trellis, because Brussels sprouts, they grow as big, huge stalks. And As I don't know this. And when they grow as stalks, they're going to need a lot of support because they're heavy. They're going to be heavy. So they definitely need a support trellis. And they're already almost getting to a point where they're going to need one. And also in a couple weeks, I'm probably going to start pruning the bottom leaves of the Brussels sprout plants as well. And over here we have the beautiful romaine lettuce. Look at them. Look how gorgeous they are. I love romaine lettuce. I mean, that's like my lettuce, romaine lettuce. I already harvested romaine lettuce twice already. I just take off the large outer leaves and leave the rest of the rest of the heads growing. This way there, I can just, whenever I want a salad or something, and I eat salad a lot, so whenever I want a salad, I just come out here and I just pick off, I just pinch the bottom part of the leaf, leave in the center, make sure I don't interrupt the small leaves. I usually take the leaves that are between 4 and 6 inches in length. I could take this one, but I just left that. I'll save that for another day. But yeah, I just harvested a whole bunch of lettuce leaves this morning before watering the plants. And yeah, that's my second time harvesting the lettuce, and they're super crispy and delicious. And over here is the basil. This basil is actually the basil that I was growing in the house over the winter time. It was in a pot. And what I did was just separate the basil, make them into individual plants. And that's why you see those individual basil plants. Some of them did not make it, but that's all right. I got tons of basil growing. That's my thing this year, basil and tomatoes. That's what I'm growing. I love tomatoes. I love basil. And it's not something that, I've always loved. I just acquired a taste for basil and tomato. I used to hate basil. Anyways, over here we have the broccoli. The broccoli is also doing good. Broccoli was also from seed, but it was from a sprouted seed. We sprout in jars, and we, consume the sprouts out of the jars. So what I did was I just took a few of the sprouted Brussels sprouts that we were going to consume and came out here and planted them, and they've grown. Some didn't make it, some did. I had a total of 6 sprouts planted in here, and I ended up with 5. So we got 1, 2, 3, and these 2 right here are late bloomers. So we have 5 broccoli plants growing right here. And over here, these little guys, I'm not, some of them I'm really happy with, and some of them I'm not. This is my green onions. I really wanted some green onions this year because I've been using green onions a lot, and I only grow food that I consume, that me and my family consumes. And I guess they still got a lot of time left to grow. I'm rooting for it, and they'll do fine. I think they'll do great. They got plenty of time left, and I know they're slow growers. And anyways, that's those 4 beds. That's all the vegetables are growing in the 4 beds now. Over here, I just planted 2 days ago a bunch of spinach, and this spinach is going to be sharing the bed over there with the broccoli and the green onions. So we're going to have some spinach growing. And over here I got some corn. I'm going to try and grow some corn. You can see a little corn growing right there. It's just sprouted out. And I have 6 corn growing right now, and I have to go in the house and grab 6 more seeds. I'm going to grow a total of 12 corn stalks. My husband really wants corn, so I'm going to grow some corn for him. And over here we got some more tomatoes growing in the pots. And more tomatoes over here. I'm telling you, man, I'm going crazy on tomatoes this year. I don't care how I grow them, I'm going to grow them. Tomatoes right there. And look at that, the little tomatoes he got in there. I wanted just 1 tomato plant per pod, but looks like 2 got in there, snuck in there. And then we got the parsley. I'm not too happy with parsley. Okay, and more tomatoes. And then up here we got the rosemary growing, and nothing in that one. That one's pretty much empty. Over here is the sage, I believe. Let's see what this is. Rosemary. This is not. Oh, this is rosemary. I've transplanted one of the rosemaries out of here and put it into its own pot right here, and that's going over there. And over here we got sage is right there, and Bubba Island Kush. That's what the tag says, but that's not what it is. I don't know who put that there. And more sage is right there. Okay, so we got some sage and got rosemary up there. And then over here we got the basil growing right there, and the parsley right here. We have the dill, and then we have the lemongrass and the rosemary right there, and the parsley back there, but basically this whole tray is mainly just basil, all different types of basil. And my thyme plant is what I actually picked up already established out of Lowe's curbside a few weeks ago, and I wanted to grow some thyme, so my thyme didn't come out for some reason. I don't know why, but probably planted it wrong. But yeah, so that's what we got, the thyme plant over there. And look at this. You see that right there? That is a tomato seed growing with my parsley. Actually, that's not tomato. That is a lemongrass. Okay. So anyways, so that's the garden out here. Everything is doing great. I just wanted to, if you thought about gardening and you kind of set off by it because you didn't know if you could do it, grab a bucket, grab a pot, grab anything. You don't even have to mix up your own soil. You can grab soil out of the store in a bag that's already made for vegetables and container pots, and start a garden. Just grow one plant at a time. Try out one plant. If you've never grown anything before in your life and you really want, you're getting an itch for it, you're getting an itch for wanting to get into growing vegetables or growing fruit or whatever, just start. You always got to start to do something in order to see if you like it, right? And just start with a tomato plant. Tomatoes are relatively easy to grow. Kind of depends on the breed of the plant. I try not to get anything that's been genetically modified, but as far as seeds, and I know that the beefsteaks are probably a genetically modified plant, because tomatoes usually don't grow that big. I'm just guessing. I don't really know anything about plant genetics, or anything like that, but that's what I'm thinking. Anyways, try something out. Do a freaking tomato plant, grow a pot of herbs, do something. You can do something. Anyways, let's get down over here and go check out the other garden. Like I said, I didn't want to make this a huge video because I know when you got a video time on there and you see it's an hour-long video, who the fuck wants to sit through an hour-long video? You know what I mean? Sometimes I get carried away, stop talking. But there's chickens over there, the new chicks. They're not so new anymore. A couple more months they'll be giving me some eggs. But aren't they just pretty? I think they are so pretty. The gold color and got the barred rocks, they're black and white color. So pretty. Anyways, some sad news though. My beloved willow plant. I hope it's okay. The whole top piece of the stick, just snapped it off because it was totally dead. But it is growing some sticks and stuff out of the base of the plant. So I mean, I got this plant from Stock Brothers. Usually, whatever I get from them, that it grows good. But this one is not doing too good. I paid like $40 for that plant too, so it's a bummer. Excuse me. Here is the plum tree is doing good. See the little plum right there growing? It looks like little olives. They look like little green olives on the tree. I'm really hesitant to go inside this garden because it's loaded with mosquitoes. But I'm just gonna do a quick top shoot, okay? So this garden bed right here is the cabbage. Those are the 4 cabbage heads growing. The purple kale is right over there. I already harvested some outer leaves of the kale, and those were delicious. We got the berries back there. The kiwi trees, the 2 kiwi trees right there, I'm really considering about taking them out because I've had those there for like 8 or 9 years and they've never produced anything whatsoever. The rose and lilac bushes are doing good. I've already harvested some asparagus this year over there, but I just left those ones over there to grow, and those are all sprouted out. But this bed right here, I'm going to be planting the corn in this bed with the cabbage. Cabbage will be done before the corn goes in, but that's where I'm going to be putting the corn. If it's not done, I'm still going to plant the corn there. They're going to share the space, coexist. And this is where I planted the turmeric. I don't see shit for turmeric. Okay, I watched a ton of videos on how to plant it, and I don't see nothing for turmeric. And there's actually no lavender coming out yet either, so that was a waste of money. The grapevine is doing fabulous as well. We got a little bit of a drought going on right now, but the grapevine is doing really well. I'm really surprised at how well it's doing. And the little grapevine over here is doing good too. We need some rain. That's what we need. It's doing fantastic. And adios on the pears that I thought I was gonna get this year. Nope, no pears. Yep, we had a frost come through and killed off the blooms. So now we have no pears coming, even though we had tons of blooms and we were really, real hopeful that we were gonna get some pears. But guess what, folks? We're assed out of pears. No pears. The cherries, though, we're getting tons of cherries out of that tree. And that's a new addition right there of a tree. We just planted a tree about 3 weeks ago. And this is the tree that we paid $74 for this tree. It's a Crimson King maple. And yeah, that's the new addition to the homestead, is this tree. We wanted to break up the green in the front yard. And we actually, the reason why that stuff is out there, we had to fix a hole in the kitchen doorway floor. And we did a repair over there, so we just got to put the heat barrier, the vapor barrier up against the parts that we ripped out to repair the floor. So anyways, that's about it. That's all that's going on here on the homestead. We got the chickens doing good, being little brats. Every time you go near them, they screw. And they're getting huge. They eat a ton. They freaking eat a lot, man. Holy shit. The Rhode Island Reds are always by the Rhode Island Reds, they stay in their own little clique, and these birds stay in their own little gang. And I'm hoping that they'll just be together, like they'll start sharing, like walk together and flock together soon when these guys get a little bit bigger. But when they go inside the coop at night, they're all sharing the same rooster bars and shit. So I think it's just because, some of them are older. My Rhode Island Reds are like 3 years old. And those guys are trying to see. I was going to cut that branch right there, but now that I see that they like to roost up there, I'm just going to keep it. Yeah, because I pruned some of the branches out of that maple tree right there because the branches were really, too low hitting the ground. So you had to prune those out, get some air in there. Anyways, that's about it, folks. See how I start rambling? The apple tree is doing great. Let's see if there's any apples. Yeah, they're all over the place. Yeah, they're all over there. This apple tree always produces apples, like every single year. Tons and tons of apples. We had some blossoms on that apple tree over there, but I don't think I'm gonna get any apples because this maple tree is blocking the sunlight to that tree. So you can see how it angles outward to the left, like reaching to the sun. That's because it's trying to get more sun than it's getting. All right, well, that's it, folks. Peace. See that peace flag right there? That's what I'm all about, people. Peace. Peace, love, and harmony. Anyways, that's all we got at the homestead, folks. Yeah, I just wanted to make a quick video. I encourage people, if you're, thinking about starting your own little garden or whatever, man, start it. Do it now. Just try it out. Like I said, start with just one plant. Start with one plant on your porch, on your balcony, or if your windowsill. Just start with something. You always got to start from somewhere. I was never, I've always haven't been, I never grew vegetables. I didn't grow up growing vegetables. I didn't move here and just start automatically homesteading. It's something that was done over time, and I enjoy it. I enjoy being out here by myself, peacefully, without, we're having to worry about it. You can forget about everything when you're out here by yourself, you know what I mean? When you're just doing things like this, you can just forget about everything. But it's always going to be in the back of your head, the things that you're trying to forget about. Like, how volatile our world is right now. Those pretty butterflies playing together. Anyways, yeah, so we're living in some pretty unstable times right now, folks. So, the time to start, start relying on yourself is now. You got to start learning how to do some things to help support your family as far as, growing some sustainable food and learning how to can. And even if you don't want to grow food, how about learning how to can? Try and can some food, you know what I mean? Go to the grocery store, buy some fresh fruits and vegetables, and start learning how to can. Do something, man. You got to do something to make sure that you can feed your family when we have no food on the shelves in the stores, because I don't like to talk about doom and gloom, but I know it's coming. If you don't know what's coming, I feel sorry for you. Do some reading, do some research. Start educating yourself on what's coming ahead. Don't just think you're going to go on a homestead and that's it. You're going to be in fucking fairyland, because you're not. You go on a homestead and you start learning how to live off your land for a reason. Whatever that reason is, make sure the reason is because you know it's coming. Unless you just want to live off a homestead because you want to just live off the homestead. But even if you do that, great, because at least you'll know how to live off your homestead when shit hits the fan. But if you haven't already learned how to do something now, because you don't got much time. You don't got much time at all, my friends. And I feel sorry for those of you that have no idea what's coming. Real sorry for you. I am rooting for you, though. I'm rooting that you're going to smarten up and start doing something. Anyways, before I go, I just want to show you one little last thing that I actually hooked up by myself. And that was a little clothesline. Yeah, I love these trees back here. I have a hammock on those trees right there. I don't even use it. But I had a big, huge clothesline from the porch going to the this Amish building right over here. But we took that down because we were renovating. And I just put my own little clothesline up. I just hooked up to a hook on each tree, wrapped some string around it, and made a clothesline. Simple little clothesline. I don't need much. Just, wash a load of clothes, come out here and hang it up to let it, dry up in the fresh air, But, yep, there's my clothesline, folks. It's pretty cool. I like it. I like simplicity, I'm not a complicated person. Just simple, living simple. Anyways, that's about all I got for you. Look at my grass. Oh my god, it's all dry because it's so dry. We got such a drought. It's like brittle. If I was to take this video last week and you would have seen my yard, oh my gosh, it was a lush green. Now it's all drying up. Drying up brown and yellow. Anyways, that's all I got for you folks. That's what it is. That's what life is right now on the homestead. My vegetables are doing great. Everything was grown from seed except for the purple kale out in the outside garden and that thyme plant. I'm pretty proud of myself. That's basically why I wanted to share this video with you, because I'm very proud of how my vegetables have turned out. I mean, they're doing great. The beds look bare, but in a couple more weeks I'll do another video and you'll see how vigorous these plants are. So right now I just want to say thank you for joining me for this video on growing vegetables from seed. That's what I'm going to call it. Vegetables from seed. Be proud of yourself when you grow something from seed and then you get to eat that something that you grew, and it tastes so good because the soil that you're growing it out of is full of nutrients, and because it's full of nutrients, your vegetables are going to have that much more flavor. So anyways, if you like this video, be sure to like the video, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, be sure to do so now. And also click on that little bell icon so you get notified whenever I upload something new. Well, that's about it. Stay safe, people. Continue to go out there into the stores wearing your goggles, mask, and gloves. I know a lot of people are letting their guard down, which is the very wrong thing to do. Very wrong thing. Like, that makes sense. It's the wrong thing to do to let your guard down with this COVID-19. People are just starting to get stupid. When I go to the store or something like that, for curbside, I see folks just driving around together in full cars with friends and everything. I'm like, these people are fucking retarded, man, seriously. They are so stupid. Anyways, it's starting to backfire in these other states. Yeah, well, you know what did I say about that? Glad I'm not the stupid one. Anyways, that's all I got for you, folks. Stay safe, stay protected, keep your family safe. Do what you got to do to keep your family safe. And like I said, start growing something. Go. You probably can't find any seeds, but if you go into the store wearing protective gear and you see a package of seeds, get something easy to grow. Go research online what's easy to grow from seed and start doing it. Do it in a pot. You don't have to have a big, huge garden area. Just do it in a little container pot, a little plant pot. Anyways, that's all I got for you. Again, that's all I got for you. Adios, people. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your Father's Day, daddies out there. And peace out.